My name is Tiga Ham and welcome to my channel. I have been doing this YouTube thing inconsistently for a while now and I'm trying to get better at it, okay? So I'm back from my trip from going to St. Kitts and I just wanted to give you guys a couple of things about my experience and basically just some of the observations I saw when I went to St. Kitts. And if you know me, you know St. Kitts is my home. If you don't, well, now you know. And I was born and raised there up until I was about like 8 or 9 and then came here to the United States of America. And I have the opportunity of having 2 passports. I'm so proud of that, especially growing up in America where I have met people who don't have passports, who don't believe in them, who are strongly against them in a really weird way. So it's something that I'm like, I think everyone should try to obtain, to have at least 1 passport. Yeah, you know, try at least. And talking about St. Kitts, I haven't been back to St. Kitts in about, I want to say maybe 10, 15, 17, 20 something years. And I have family from there. My family has, all of them has a twang. Everybody comes here to visit, so there's no disconnect whatsoever when it comes to our family and our connection there. And let's just say my WhatsApp, it's active, okay? There's more than one way to connect with family overseas, and I've always had some kind of connection, whether through my mom or through my other relatives. So these observations are just based on what I've experienced since going back, okay? All right, let's begin, because I wrote everything down. So some of the things that I've always known and always appreciated, I'm also in Toastmasters. So Toastmasters is an international public speaking group for people who are trying to come up with public speaking. Boom. All right, it's real quick. And some of the things that I talked about was the hospitable niceness, the freshness of the food, and the cleanliness of the infrastructure. So I definitely do want to let people know that the food in the islands, 100%, island living is always going to be better, because most of the time their food doesn't have to be imported. It can legit just grow in the ground because their soil is so much better than what we have here in the States. And I definitely think that people should consider actually going out of this country, especially with the recession we have going on, with the panini. Shout out to Kelly Stamps. The world is going to crap right now, okay? You might as well take yourself to a tropical island and just invest in having a nice slow life with fresh food, okay? Food that is just so much better for you as opposed to all this processed stuff that we have going on. What are some of the things I experienced? Thinking about the bathrooms, like when I went to Caribbean Cinemas, I think it was, that's a movie theater on the island. It was really nice. It was really huge. I guess it was mostly like here in the States. You can't expect like all of their gaming machines to work, but they literally had an arcade along with the movie theater while you wait for your movie to start. And I had fun. I definitely had fun when I went. They wasn't working as sufficiently as I would like them to, but it was okay. I felt like a big kid, you know, in all my 30 years. I'm like, I went there and I'm like, wow, right? So that was something that I felt like it was amazing. And experiencing their bathrooms, I don't know why that prompted me to be like, yo, your bathroom is actually clean? This is amazing. Because here in the States, you have to go like further up north for you to actually see some bathrooms that are clean consistently. So everyone there is super nice. I had people walking up to me before I had this style. I had some twists in my hair. I'll try to put it in here somewhere, and or maybe it will be like my my thumbnail, who knows. But I do have to create a vlog for you guys, and people will legit just like walk up to me when they saw my hair like that and twist and say, well, wow, it blended so nicely, like, is that your real hair? Like, seriously, coming up to you and touching you, which New Yorkers do not do. And I'm from the Bronx. That's something you just right? So I'm used to that with my family members, but doing that, like for someone like actually coming up to you and touching you on the island, it was really weird. But like, people was really touchy-feely. Everyone there still looks like me, but of course with the infrastructure, or I guess the politics of the island and tourism becoming such a big thing, you know, there's a lot more people of other races there from what I saw, more than what I saw when I was a child. Like, I don't remember ever seeing anybody that was Spanish, white. So many people are Spanish on the island. I saw a lot more Guyanese and Chinese. Like, I was so surprised. I was just like, y'all got a Chinatown in a really small island where the population is so, like, the population is so small, you can't even get Wi-Fi in all of the island like you do here. There's public Wi-Fi everywhere you go in the States, but on that island, I'm like, you guys have all these different people coming in who are technically immigrants, and Wi-Fi is not even like on and popping like you would expect it to be. But I guess I got used to that. Like, I knew I was going to be disconnected from the World Wide Web once I got there, besides using WhatsApp. But even with WhatsApp, you need like to have like a strong Wi-Fi, right? Especially if you're gonna have like long phone calls. Like, my mom definitely kept on checking in on me, make sure I handled stuff for her, gave things to my family, even for myself. So I'll tell you right now, St. Kitts definitely left me with a great taste in my mouth. There are certain things that I was concerned about, Wi-Fi included. Some of the things I had to do, like, I actually have land there. Thank God my family had the opportunity to have land themselves. So of course it was only natural the other generations would have land also. And let's say I wanted to go and get like the balance of the land taxes I needed to pay, I needed to go to a place called Department of Land and Survey. Or if you wanted to pay like on your actual land, right, you have to go to a place where they're going to give you the balance of what your land costs, and then you have to go to a completely different building on the other side. Like, so this is Connery, right? That's one side of the island, and then of course it's not that far of a drive, but you legit have to drive to another location, to another place that's called inland revenue. Well, not inland revenue, it's called the Treasury. And with there, that's on the corner of like Church and Central. So I wrote down, and with there, they pretty much take whatever information that the Department of Survey, which is the Sustainable Development section division underneath it, whatever they tell you that you have to pay, you have to take that letter or take that amount and then go to Treasury and pay that. And I was just like, don't you guys think it'd be much easier to have all this in one building? There's other things I need to pay for too, also, that involve the government on the island. And I was just like, this is really interesting, why I have to go to like multiple different places. And I'm really concerned about that. Not only that too, I've been told many times, I'm in government now at my current job, and I took a test. I provided my background information, I gave them references, I provided proof of my experience for the position that I have, and then I got the job. Did an interview. When it comes to government in St. Kitts, just know somebody. Yeah, you have to be a good person. That's it. I think that is absolutely crazy to get a job, because in this day and age, there's some people that you know that can do the job, but they're not the greatest employee. So why would you just go based on who you know? I don't know. I think that's very insane to me. Do not like that. So, but that's the way it is down there. Some of the other things too is, and getting around the island, I know, like with this watch alone, I was able to clock about like 14,000, 15,000 steps per day. And the days that I did drive, it was average around that time, even around that amount, around maybe like 10 to 12,000, right? Some of the other things that I thought was really interesting is like how close Nevis and St. Eustatius is. Like those two islands, I knew they were close, but I'm talking about standing on the side of St. Kitts and looking out. It doesn't even, it looks, it's so weird. So it's almost as if like it's not that far, like his bodies of water in between us, but I can see why they have a ferry to get to those places, right? Now to get to St. Eustatius, you do have to get a chartered a chartered boat to go over there. When you have to get to Nevis, you need to actually take the ferry that they provide on the island of St. Kitts, right? And I will show a photo if I can, because you know editing is not my I wish I could be so much better at editing. But I do have a picture of when I went down to the port. I did not get on the boat to go to Nevis. I have a cousin, if you know who you are. I am definitely fortunate to have family members that wanted to take me around places. But I was just beat. By the time I had to leave, I was like, listen, I just need a day or two. There was a day I legit just went and laid down on the bed of the family member's house I was in, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna stay here for a little bit. And I ended up sleeping till the rest of the night. So yeah, that was very like eye-opening. It was like, oh, I am so tired without even feeling tired. It was just like I was just doing so many things every day that it just required me to just like lay down for 5 minutes for me to sleep like the whole entire afternoon away. It was insane. So okay, I talked about Nevis, going on that ferry. Okay, so the ferry to Nevis is by the way, everything is in Eastern Caribbean. I don't know if I said that. So going to Nevis, it's one way is $30 plus the $1 tax for Nevis. And if you want to do two-way round trip, that's $60 and $2 tax for Nevis, if you guys are interested in that. Like, it is what it is, right? I said St. Eustatius, you have to take a chartered boat to go over, right? But the other thing too that I thought was interesting is that there's no straight flights from St. Kitts to St. Eustatius. You would have to either go to St. Martin, and from St. Martin go over to St. Eustatius, or no, that's the only option. Or take a plane to St. Martin, I believe, and then take a chartered boat over to St. Eustatius. But I don't even know why that is the way it is, but it is. The other thing too that I thought was very interesting is when I was trying to navigate the island. Yes, I was with family. When I tried to do certain things by myself, I Google everything. When I went to Mexico, when I've been to other cities in the States, I Google everything. St. Kitts is not the most Googleable place. I don't even know how my Google Maps was able to track where I went to certain places, but it wasn't accurate. It was almost as if, well, I needed to have like the strongest of strongest like mobile plans, and I have Boost Mobile. I'm sorry, it's cheap. I've had it since college. It works for me, right? I think I might have to go to Mint Mobile or something to go even cheaper on a plan that's like associated with like Verizon or AT&T, and try it out just to see if I'll be able to navigate the island better, because there's certain things I was able to pick up with my Google Maps. But, and that's the other thing too, you can use Waze down there, but even with Waze, you are not able to like find the exact location of like, let's say a shop. Like if it's a supermarket, what supermarket? Freights is really popular down there, right? Rams is really popular. Those places that are really popular, you can find those, but you won't be able to like find like the exact street, the number. That's the other thing too. Most of the places are not numbered. Even some of the homes in the villages, they're not numbered. It was very strange, but all my family homes in Mansion, to Taylor's, to St. Paul's, none of that was numbered. Okay, maybe a couple of them were, but I didn't see it. So I'll be really like interested to see it myself if it does happen. But yeah, that's like, I guess that's actually an option, because it's everyone there, most persons on the islands know how to get around, so it's not even a sense of like it's an issue unless you're someone like me who literally feels like an outsider, even though I was born there, you know. But technically I wasn't raised there to see like to kind of like see and kind of like get the feel of the island and to learn how to navigate it like the way I can navigate the Bronx. It just isn't like that. And I guess I love that part, and at the same time I kind of feel like, dang, like if I wanted to invite someone and say, hey, hop off the plane and come to me, I'm 15 minutes away from the airport, they wouldn't be able to navigate. They would just have to trust the person that's in the bus to take them. Oh, that's another thing about the bus too. If you want to get around the island in the most efficient way possible, even though the bus doesn't go to like every single village, there isn't like a designated bus stop like it is conveniently here in St. Kitts. It's so in the US, I'm talking about. It's so convenient here in the US to like just hop on a bus, because everything is all documented, from like trying to get from Brooklyn to the Bronx. There's express buses, there's trains. Like getting so used to that, even though I'm a driver, and then having to go there where you have to rely on a bus where you might have to walk a good 10 minutes down the road just to get to it and stay there. I was just like, stay there in the middle of the night, whatever time. I think most buses start running around like, I want to say 9 or 10 p.m. because these are actual people who have homes. Like some people just have a bus just because they know they can get a permit for it. They get licensed or whatever. They have a bus, and then they start picking up people and charging approximately $3.75 EC, Eastern Caribbean. And I think that's the most interesting thing ever. It's almost as if because of the rising prices on the island, you need to have a business. Without a business, what are you going to do exactly? I just think my experience there was something of an eye-opener, because like as long as you have land, a house, running water, electricity if you need that, you don't even need to have hot water. Most people just have cold water because the island is hot. So, you know, once you get home early enough and you have a nice like cold bath, you're not concerned about whether you have hot water or not. And I think that's probably like the best part about being in the islands, period. It's just like you can have a nice slow life, do what you need to do, run a business from let's say 8:30 to 4 o'clock, and that's it. You have enough time to go home and relax and spend time with your family, you know, or work on your gardening, work on your land, work on building another house. Because frankly, if you have all your ducks in a row, you can legit live nicely, live very nicely from like being here in the States, because here the States makes it so hard to get land and property, especially if you don't have your adult report card together, like your credit score. Lord, I'm scared just thinking about that. But yeah, here in this country, I'm broke, okay? I'm desiring the money to make small money, big money. But in St. Kitts, I legit took $300, and that's stretched. $300 US stretched, because $100 US turns into $270 EC on the streets, $265 in the banks once you change it over. Tell you guys right now, go find y'all island, okay? The Black Panthers knew what they were doing when they left this country, majority of them who was able to get out. So yeah, that's my experience in St. Kitts, and I hope you guys comment about your experiences if you're already like coming back from a trip, if you're on the trip, if you're there, if you're thinking about going. Let me know, okay? Comment, like, and subscribe. Bye.